Hi, guys. I've been asked to wait a few minutes before I actually start talking. Let me get stuff adjusted. Because I guess it takes a couple seconds to come up on YouTube. So I am going to give you the overall astrological energies of the week, starting today through next Sunday, the 17th. Just as kind of a cheat sheet. Now, let me just first start off by saying that we have Mars in Taurus right now. So we all totally just want to be lazy and lay around and just kind of like be lackadaisical, even though we know we have so many things to do. You know, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And, you know, we just want to do our Venus things right now. And I hear you. Like, I hear you. My guru said that we could walk around like the end of this month and just with our heads down, focusing on our own things. And I was like, that sounds great. Not that I don't love you guys, but I've just literally been too lazy to even do a video. Last week, if you guys remember, the beginning of last week is a little rough. We were at the last degrees of Mars in Aries, which means that a lot of us was feeling an extreme pressure, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like a literal death. Like we were like up against the wall. Something became very, very serious in our life. And there was just kind of a combustion, like shaky power. I don't know how many people I talked to just randomly. People got a hold of me, and I don't know how many people I instructed to cry to like get that energy moving and like really nurture whatever phase they were going through in their own personal lives. But it was a lot. So I'm just going to give homage to that energy for you guys, which is actually why I'm making the video this week. So if anybody has some misunderstandings about what's going on, this should really help you, because there are a couple bumps coming up, and you guys really want to do what you need to do this week, because your focus is going to be taken away the week after this one. So I'm calling this video Heads Up Buttercups, because we're all being asked to essentially do our Saturn. And what does that mean? You don't actually need to know your astrological chart to know what your Saturn is. It is whatever your Saturn is. You can literally do this backwards and find your placements. Your Saturn is wherever or whatever you've been knowing that you've actually had to be doing and you've been putting off because, you know, which is fine. Last week, after our whole brain meltdown, we had the country thing going on, at least in the US. So that is totally understandable. If you're trying to be a little Bucky and fight the system, you know, knowing that we have all this stuff to do, like this Christmas tree behind me should totally not be up right now. My life would be so much easier had I just taken the Christmas tree down. I thought about taking the Christmas tree down. I have not taken this Christmas tree down. And it could be little things piling up like that. Or it could be more significant. I had my children wake me up this morning. I don't know what time in the morning. Fighting over who would sleep next to my dog. So heads up to everybody, my Saturn is with Leo. So it rules children. So I've clearly got to buckle down on that area. But my Saturn is also in the 12th house, which means you know, being isolated, but also I'm a cusper. So it's also about speaking out. So my Saturn is you guys. I'm going to do my Saturn so I don't have to individually talk to people about the energies and kind of give you a cheat sheet for the week. So I'm delighted to do that. And I'm going to feel so much better after I get this video out. And that is much like what your Saturn will be to you as well. So the sun is in Capricorn right now. So happy birthday, all the Cappies out there. They probably have their Saturn totally done. They probably got it locked away, and they probably need to call me to help me schedule my day. But which means that when the sun is in Capricorn, it is actually illuminating the structures, the routines in our lives, what our policies are, and if they're working. Like Capricorn is the manager, it's the great manager of our life. So, everyone's being illuminated or shown, definitely what we all need to be working on right now. Now, if we can get our Taurus energy behind that, that's amazing. And I'm just saying, get your Taurus energy behind that this week. It's not going to be quickly done. Like when Mars is in Aries, we can kind of like rush through it all. It's going to be slow paced energy, but I'm telling you, you have to stay on target this week. Because you're going to get a heads up if you don't. We have the new moon in Capricorn on Tuesday, which is literally asking you, telling you, Saturn usually tells you, get this taken care of or you're going to get clipped. Not clipped in a violent way, just like you're going to have some sort of situation show up for you that makes it clear that you should have taken care of this already, which we all already know. And it's gonna add a little pressure to the cooker. And I don't think you guys need that right now. I don't advocate stress in any situation. What else? See, I marked down my little cheat sheet for you guys. But there is, if you can get all the things done, all the things you're personally responsible for in your life, this is all about kind of a blending of your personal responsibilities, your Saturn, along with your worldly responsibilities, like whatever you should be bringing out to the world, whatever your gifts to the world, whatever your gifts are to humanity are. With Uranus, you have to find balance in that, especially in the early part of the week. And if you think about it, I brought the greatness of Saturn. A lot of people don't think Saturn is so great because it's all about responsibility and doing the grind and, really buckling down. But once we do get that order in our life, once we do take care of the tiny little things that are adding up on us, like we have this freedom, to do, everything works better. Everything just is more streamlined. We don't have to worry about this or this. When things come up, we're better it's easier to maneuver them. So Saturn is essentially good for us. So this week may be a little boring unless you really like doing your Saturn. I don't know. But it's going to be good for you in the long run. And I'm going to tell you why. Wednesday... Wednesday is a little bit hectic. It's Wednesday that is going to show up, and you're going to have this big pile up or some kind of intense showing to you that you weren't concentrating enough. You didn't take care of all these little things. Maybe you didn't take care of your taxes from last year. I don't know where your Saturn is. Maybe you didn't get your homework done. Maybe you didn't... I don't know, pay this bill or that, like anything that's like serious and part of your responsibility. If you didn't take care of it, you're going to get clipped on Wednesday, and you're going to get a heads up that's going to be more stressful along the way. So, make that structure in your life this week. Ask yourself what your policies are. Make policies this week. That would help you out so much, especially as the next 2 months go on. Now, I don't like to have policies. I like to go kind of with what I feel at the moment, which works for me most of the time. But I've had a lot of heads up before I actually looked at the astrology about, hey, you got to do your stuff. So it's perfect that it's just matching. And I know you guys are getting those heads up too. Everyone is feeling the astrology, even if they're not astrologers. So later in the week, come Friday, you're going to have some expansion available in some area. You're going to have more freedom this weekend, especially Saturday. If you take care of the things over the week, if things have not worked out for you, if your policy is not working in whatever area of your life, just redo the whole thing. Throw out the old policy, bring in a new one. It can be fun. You can find fun ways to do it with Uranus. You can find like new novel approaches. Maybe you're going to schedule something on an app, or maybe you're going to just, I don't know, rewrite the whole system. But you can find fun ways to do this. There's opportunities to make these boring approaches fun, but you got to do it. You got to structure it in some way. And if you do that, you're going to be able to have some freedom come this weekend, especially Saturday, when the moon does enter Pisces, which is going to be lovely. That is really like your time if you want to plant new seeds, or if you just want to have some downtime, do your work in the beginning of the week, and you'll have some relaxation on Saturday. Now, I say this because if you negotiate the energies now and you do the stuff that is your personal responsibility, your personal duties, it's not going to pile up on you. And then you'll be more prepared for next week when the sun enters Aquarius, meaning our focus is going to be drawn away from what our personal responsibilities are back to the collective with Aquarius. And I don't think I need to spell that out for anybody. There's in the US, we have the swearing in of our new president. And there's some energies around that are a little bit more hectic. But there's always a choice that you have. So I am telling you, be grounded, do your stuff, do your responsibilities so you don't get caught. It doesn't get snowballed into the collective energy that we'll be having next week. And I'm not saying it's a bad energy. If you see trends like I do, you will notice that not only I have been putting out meditation videos, but a lot of the other gurus have been talking about how it's so important to have a personal like grounding energy, a personal grounding practice right now for everybody to be able to stay the course so they don't get all wrapped up in everything else that's going on. And your grounding course, if you're not into meditation, fun for the creativity. So you have fun for the creativity when you need it. Oh, and my connection just got a little glitchy there. So I tell you that Mercury will be going into retrograde as well. So the things you need to communicate, the things you need to set up, the things you need to streamline really need to happen this week, because Mercury gets a little sketchy, and it's going to be in retrograde for, I think, a full month. But I actually love Mercury retrograde because it's a time you can go deeper within yourself and find your own answers. And there is a question with this Mercury retrograde, which I will give you on another video, where I talk about the energies of next week and the rest of January, which is more about using that Mercury retrograde, using that moon in Pisces to ask yourself an internal question about what your truths are, and if you're seeing things clearly, and be open to your story not being the full story right now. I'm not talking about like conspiracies or anything like that. Just be open to listening to other people's perspective, be open to listening to other points of view, be open to innovation right now, and you'll do a lot better through January and February. I know everyone's like, oh, yay, 2020 is over. Well, astrologically, the new year doesn't actually start until the sun moves into Aries. But that's only a little bit more time to kind of go through the drudge and whatever of 2020. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, it's still like a little hectic, don't worry, that's perfectly fine. I like to have a policy where I don't actually even have to emerge from my house until March. So I'm having to go a little against what is my preferred way as well. So that is the energies of the week. I just want to make sure that I did not gloss over anything for you guys. Do your responsibility. If you guys want to know specifically what your Saturn is about, I did leave a website in the description where you can go and just put in your birth date. You can leave noon as the time, birthplace, and put your Saturn in the comments below, and I could talk about what that means specifically to you. So you can ponder that energy. But I think that's it. We all want to be lazy bulls. We all want to do our Taurus and just do lovely things. When I'm just giving you a heads up, that's not the week to do this. But if we get our stuff done, we'll be rewarded. And I did pull a card from the Bhagavad Gita for you guys. And we got good qualities, which is very Saturnian. And let me see if I can read this for you. The Brahman's work is born of his nature and qualities, peacefulness, self-control. Oh, I can't read that word. Aestheticism, forgiveness, honesty, learning, wisdom, and a firm faith in the Supreme Lord. So yeah, that's kind of like it. Like, just stay stable, stay the course, do your stuff. You know, this is really the week to have your heads down. You guys are going to be focused elsewhere next week. Yeah, and I was going to get something from, what is this one? The Enchanted Map from Colette Baron Reed for you guys too. A Grand Symphony. And I actually pulled this before I started the video. Yeah, so if you're able to orchestrate your life so that it works more streamlined, you're going to have so much more fun. And I'm being told the top card too. Ears wide open. Yeah. And it's funny. Nothing. You guys don't need to know about that. You guys already know what you should be working on right now. Like, I don't have to really tell you where your Saturn is because we've all been kind of sloughing off. You know where your responsibility is. You know where you're lacking in your responsibility. And don't worry, we all are lacking in our responsibility. Mars just went into Taurus. It's just a confirmation. It's just a heads up that, you know, we need to do this now. One more card, please. All right. Let's see if the Gita will give us one, guys. Oh, and with the new moon in Capricorn, it's a good time to set your intentions. It's a really good time to set your new structure, or at least go forward intending on becoming more structured, intending on becoming more responsible. A lot of people do new moon rituals. I am not really into like ritual, but it's okay if you guys do that. With me, it's all about intention. And it'll probably be something that you will have to work over and tweak over the next 6 months until the new moon does turn into a full moon in Capricorn. But if you really set your intentions and just say to yourself, this is something I gotta be focused on, then you know it should be successful. And I guess we don't have anything else. Let's see what came up. Nothing else, guys. I guess it was just about the astrology right now. Good luck with the next week. And I will be coming to you with a message about the rest of January as well. And don't worry, I know there's a lot of doom and gloom out there and lots of people talking about how crazy it's going to be. But if you're able to stay grounded and you're able to use the mercury that will be combust the sun, burnt up by the sun, if you're able to turn that mercury internally, there's definitely a question that will help you through this time and help open up the answers to where you need to go. So that is my intention for you, that I assist you with that. So thanks so much for connecting with me tonight, guys, and have a good night.